did you write this piece before Green Mountain stock got clobbered, or overnight when you knew it was going to get clobbered?
I wrote that food stocks, including Green Mountain, looked pricey last summer. It's one of a few that got clobbered. I started to look at it after this news came out, thinking, hey, is this stock a good deal after the news? Should you be bargain hunting here? And I can't believe the valuation on these coffee stocks when I look at it. I guess I hadn't looked in a while, but
well, I want to go. Do we have the charts of Green Mountain Coffee? Let's see. Interestingly, that's Green Mountain Coffee's recent performance.
That's not what your stock chart should look like.
No,
by
it's
the way.
going the wrong way. But it's down. Import Point's down 16% today. But do you have the broader chart? Because I wanted to show the funny thing about Green Mountain Coffee, where we should have a multi-year chart, hopefully. And what you see, Green Mountain Coffee is a classic growth stock. Yeah, it's one of these. It's like Crocs. It's there. There you go.
Right.
And so you had people starting in late 09. 2010 start to short this stock very heavily, and the stock just kept on ramping to the point where last year the stock price was over $100, and the thing had a market cap of over $15 billion.
Yeah.
For a coffee stock.
Keep in mind that the broad stock market right now trades about 13 times this year's earnings forecast. Look at the PEs on the coffee stocks. Now, Green Mountain was 23 before today's tumble, but Starbucks 25, Peet's Coffee and Tea 37, Sara Lee. They make hot dogs, for goodness sakes. They have a coffee business that brings about half their sales, 24 times earnings. So why have investors gotten on the coffee bandwagon? I mean, you can buy Google, you can buy lots of these stocks at lower multiples. This is a consumable. There's some modest growth in coffee consumption, but the big thing is these single-serve machines. There's only so much you can charge for a can of beans, but when you package them in these single-serve machines, you can charge much higher prices for the lazy who want to just pop it in, push the button, and get a cup of coffee. Also, coffee prices are very low right now, and that has boosted margins for some of these companies that are packaging the stuff. And then investors, when you look at investor demand, what do people want to buy? Everyone's worried the economy gets slow. They want to buy things that stay in stable demand, so everyone's running into food and coffee and tobacco.
Right, which if you think about it, you know, there's some general truths, which is, you know, Apple products, people down the road maybe someday get bored with them. You know, some better technology may replace it, but you know, nobody's going to make a Big Mac like McDonald's, so people go, oh, you know, that's stable demand. Yeah. And yet, as we saw the other day, McDonald's stock fell over 3%. When you're starting to pay 20 times earnings for McDonald's, or you're paying 25 times earnings for coffee companies, it makes you really take a pause and step back.
Yeah, at a certain price, a safe haven is no longer a safe haven. And look, there have been some tremendous growers in the past in the coffee business, but not every company in the coffee business can be worth these prices today.
Final question. In the end, is there a real difference between, say, Green Mountain Coffee, which are these hot growth stocks, and let's say a Crocs or Boston Chicken, if you go way back when it was called Boston Market, or it was called Boston Chicken, then it became called Boston Market. I mean, these are stocks that people get into, they become the flavor of the month, literally, and then they, you know, it's not that they disappear, but eventually the investors are disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, coffee is a 500-year-old beverage, has two ingredients. One is water, the other is the pit of a coffee cherry. This stuff grows. I mean, there's not a lot of barriers to entry to getting in the coffee business, and it worries me.
Have you ever been to a coffee farm?
I have been.
Yeah, I went to a coffee farm down in Costa Rica recently. Yeah. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with anything other than there's a lot to know about coffee. I enjoyed it.
I'm a coffee snob. I'm a man who roasts his own coffee.
You don't touch a Robusta bean, right?
No, don't come near it. Are you kidding me? Keep it in the truck stops.
He's Arabica Jack Hough. That's what we're going to call him.